Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nails and Beauty Talk. I am your host, Asia the Bird. Today, I have a very special guest with me today. She is a very talented nail artist. I'm so excited to have her on the show today. Please welcome Nails by G's. Hello, G's, and
Hey.
welcome to the show.
Hey.
Hello, hello, hello. Your work is absolutely incredible, Vonnie.
Thank you so much. That means so much to me. Thank you. You're so sweet. You always send me so much love. So I just really appreciate that.
Yes, absolutely. I want to go ahead and get started by asking where you're originally from and tell us a little about your upbringing.
I am originally from Philadelphia, Southwest
Mm,
Philadelphia to be exact. But I moved to Atlanta when I was, well, not Atlanta, but College Park when I was
mhm,
um like 11, 12, somewhere around there.
mhm.
And so I've been here for a while. I just turned 28. So I've been here for a minute.
Happy
Um,
birthday.
thank you. So yeah, shout out to all the Virgos out there. But yeah, so I grew up in Philadelphia, which is, a very eclectic and art centered there's city. It's a lot of murals there. It's a lot of art.
Mhm.
You always see art there. So that may have had an influence on me. But yeah, and then I moved here to the South, which was a culture shock, but just still really awesome. I love living in the South. I always say I would even if I didn't stay in Georgia, I will always live in the South, whether it be South Carolina, Texas, somewhere in the South, because I just
Mhm.
love it. I love just the slow pace and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I went to SCAD in Savannah, Georgia, and Savannah has
Mhm.
that slow living and things like that. That I really enjoyed it down there, living there and, just enjoying the whole thing is and it's very relaxed, not as fast paced, the food and the places that you can go and things like that. It's really cool.
Yeah, yeah, I love that slow pace. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. So what was like your school experience like? High school, college, what's that like?
um, my high school experience was, I don't know. I guess it was pretty normal. It was a
Mhm.
pretty normal high school experience. I will say I was I was a bit of a procrastinator in high school. So I procrastinated a lot, which led to me failing a few classes, which I made up. I made them up,
Right,
but
yeah.
it was kind of rocky. I was
Mm,
really I I probably would have considered myself more like insecure in high school because I was very like always concerned about like if I was cool or not or who liked me, who didn't like me. Fitting in was always like something that I desired for some
mhm,
reason because as a kid I was kind of like bullied a lot. So I
mm,
guess like as I got older I had this like need to like fit in. So
mhm,
I remember just always even if I wasn't like actively trying to fit in, like mentally, like I wanted to fit in with people. So I know that was like, that kind of shaped my high school experience in a sense. And now looking back, I'm like, dang, I was actually pretty cool. I was a pretty cool kid. So I should have took it a
mhm,
little easier on myself.
mhm. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I kinda had that thing too where I wanted to fit in and, things like that.
Yeah.
And it's all the thing is with my experience being in high school is learning to, watch like also who you're around and stuff like that. Cause some people, was Joan on other people and stuff like that, making fun
Mhm.
of people, and that's not cool. You know what I mean?
It's
And
not.
yeah, I've learned from the high school experience. And once you get into different environments and you learn more about yourself, you start to, find your tribe and, because people have the same interests as you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, I've found great people, in high school. One of my best friends, Amaya, we're still friends. We've been friends since high school. We actually knew each other before high school, but we've been friends for forever. And she's like a sister to me. So, you do find good people. So, Yeah,
Yeah.
I just had to like kind of get over that like stage because now looking back, I'm like, dang, I was creating content in high school, which is like something that everybody wants to do now. It's like a thing. Like I was
Right.
an influencer before an influencer was even a thing. So I'm like,
Right.
that was kind of cool. Even though I didn't have a lot of subscribers and stuff, it still was cool
Mhm.
that I was doing that, all that time before it became a thing. People didn't even know you could get like paid off YouTube and all these different things. I was
Right.
like, I want to be a content creator. And I'm still pushing towards that today, like full-time content creator.
Absolutely. Now, who or what exposed you to the nail industry?
So I got introduced to nails just from like scrolling on YouTube. I always
Mhm.
liked nail art and liked nails. I would just find different videos. I think really it started with I think her channel is called Nail to Career Education, Susie.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, Susie, nail career
yes,
education.
so I loved her videos. I just thought her setup was just so pretty, and I just loved watching her videos.
Mhm.
And she exposed like so many techniques that I never seen before. So it was just neat as I'm a YouTube watcher. Like all my friends know, like I watch YouTube. So I will sit and watch videos for hours,
Mhm.
which I didn't know a lot of people didn't do, but I watch a lot of YouTube. So I would sit and watch her videos. And then I came across Long Hair Pretty Nails, Evie,
Mhm.
and I absolutely love her. I've always loved her content. Like when she followed me on social media, I almost passed out. Like I was like, oh my gosh, I love her so much. So I love her and I watched her videos and I'm like, wow, this is just, an everyday girl doing nails. And it's like
Right.
it's something you can do for fun. It's something you can do. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be, you know, a magician or something to do nails. And
Right.
I also will watch Femi Beauty. Now, Femi
Mhm.
Beauty is who made me want to start doing nail art on my own because
Mhm.
I wanted to start creating my own nails. Like in college, I really couldn't like afford to get my nails done and stuff. So I was like,
Mhm.
dang, I want to get my I want to do cool nails, not like regular stuff. I don't know. Cause I started getting
Right.
more into my fashion and like dressing really cute and stuff. So I'm like, oh, I want nails to go with it. So I saw her stuff
Mhm.
and I was like, I could probably do this. I could probably do a little something,
Mhm.
something. And I never thought it would turn into what I'm doing now. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's really cool. And funny enough, I've had Susie, Femi, and Evie on my show.
Yes, I saw their interview. I saw you had Femi here, Evie, all of that. That's just so awesome. I'm so proud of you. It's
Yeah,
so
thank you so
awesome.
much. Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
those 2, I've watched, their content, and it's really cool what they do, and it's their own unique way, especially with Susie. You know,
Yes.
I love Susie's content. She's like very educational,
Mhm.
teaches you different things, especially like the troubleshooting. That's what I like about her content as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I love how she does like the troubleshooting things. I think that's something that I think more nail artists could get into a bit more, or at least they're starting to get into it more in terms of the
Yeah,
troubleshooting.
definitely. Definitely. Her content is awesome. Femi, she was the first person I seen that did like kawaii, like cute fun, crazy nails. And
Right.
that's the type of stuff I love. Like at heart, I love everything kawaii, everything like cute, everything just fun and colorful. I just love it so much. So when I saw her
Yeah.
nails, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I didn't know you could do this. So I fell in love with her content. And I was like, dang, I don't know how to do acrylic, so I can't do my nails. And from her content, I
Mhm.
found out you could make your own press-ons. And I'm like, how did I not know this? I'm like, I didn't know you could buy full cover tips and make your own nails. So once I found
Right.
out, I was like, oh yeah, it's on and popping. I'm gonna start, getting this stuff. So I took a little bit of them refund checks and got me. So got me some supplies.
Mhm.
Yeah, so they're
Mhm. Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, bought you some supplies. He's like, I'm ready to hit it."
Yes, I did. I did. I got all my supplies and I just started creating stuff. And the first set I created, I was so surprised by the response from people. I had like
Mhm.
a page where I was like putting like just like other content on. So I
Right.
turned it into my
Mhm.
nail page and
Mhm.
I posted those nails and people were like, oh, those are so cool. Those are so cool. And I'm like, dang, I'm so surprised my first set came out nice. I did like
Right.
what was it? It was like dual forms with polygel and I
Mhm.
encapsulated like a bunch of like phemos and all this stuff. It was cute.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. Now, how would you describe, like, your nail art style? Would you describe it as, like, hyper realistic?
uh I don't know. I don't know if it's hyper real. I mean, maybe some of my food nail art can be a little more on the more realistic side.
Right.
I haven't really gotten to like portrait and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um, I'm trying to like get into that. It's a bit intimidating for me, but I'm trying to like
Mhm.
slowly get into that. But Maddox has been such a great like mentor with that. She's so great at that, and she's been giving so many tips and doing great lives and
Right.
showing all
Mhm.
her skills and everything. But I would describe my nail art as I know it's cliche just to say unique, but it's just fun. I feel like
Yeah.
it's fun. I try with my nail art, I try to spark some type of emotion, like a
Mhm.
feel good emotion, whether
Mhm.
it brings back some type of nostalgia or if
Mhm.
it, everyone loves food. So those nails often like get people like, girl, stop posting this. I'm hungry, So I try to spark some type of emotion. I also try
Right.
to incorporate you know black culture, FBA culture into my nail art, so to represent that and just black culture in general, I try to
Right.
incorporate that into my nail art, which I'm going to start doing even more. So
Yeah, me too.
guys will be, we'll start seeing a lot more of that in my nail art. So I'm super excited. The next set that I have coming, that I'm going to be posting, I think people are going to really love. So I'm excited.
Yeah, that's really, really amazing. So, like, what are, like, your future plans in regards to, like, your nail career? Do you plan on obtaining a nail tech license? Do you plan on being a custom nail artist? Like, what's, like, your future plans?
I really want to, in the very near future, I want creating nail content to be my full time. Hold on, make sure my computer is plugged in. Um, in the near future, I want nail art to be my full time thing, making content.
Mhm.
I want to do that like full time, whether it be just like through YouTube and creating content on TikTok and
Mhm.
Instagram.
Mhm.
Plus, like, brand ambassadorship and working with brands. I really want to do that. And I feel like I'm at the level now where people are starting to see my work more and starting to like
Right.
appreciate it. And I'm getting a bit more accolades for it, which is exciting.
That's
It just
great.
makes, I mean, more than anything, it makes me feel good when people recognize my art because you do nails as well. So when you put all that time into nails and you post it, it feels very gratifying, I guess, to
Right.
have people, speak highly of your work. So,
Mhm.
yeah, full-time content creation.
Mhm.
Um, I would like to obtain a license because I want to like work on photo shoots and things like that. Like maybe something more in like the photo film area. I feel
Mhm.
like we kind of skip over nails as like a great accessory. And I
Right.
see so many shoots where I'm like, dang, if I could have did some nails for that, it would have been awesome. So like,
Right.
working on that. Right now, like if I do nails, it's like a friend or a friend of a friend. So I don't really take,
Okay.
like, a broad range of clients. So sorry, my phone.
Mhm.
I
Okay.
don't really take a broad range of clients, so it'd be like a friend or a friend of a friend. So that
Mhm.
definitely is something I would like in the future, but mainly content
Mhm.
creation. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, like doing that full time that's what I really want to
I
do.
wanted to give you a big congratulations on being a brand ambassador for Ballpit Nails. Like, how does that feel to, be a brand ambassador?
It feels absolutely awesome. I am a huge fan of Maddox Ballpit. She is just amazing. I've always loved her work,
Mhm.
especially her earlier like work where she got the opportunity to be a little bit more detailed. Her work is very detailed now and amazing.
Mhm.
But just creating so much content, which I'm experiencing, like you can't like go as hard as you would like to because you got to get that content out. It's like you got to kind of balance the both. But I'm such
Right.
a big fan of her, and she used to do something called Talent Under 10K, where she would like feature an artist that had under 10K
Mm.
followers on
Mhm.
Instagram, and I really wanted her to feature me, so I would always use her hashtag and stuff. And I'd be
Mhm.
like, "Oh my God, please feature me, please feature me." Like I would just be praying, like, please, I need her to see my work. I love her, and I just need to. It's so hard to grow on Instagram. I don't know what it is about
Right. It is
Instagram.
hard.
It is very hard. Like TikTok, you can grow. Like if I went really hard on TikTok, if I started going harder, I would grow really fast. But Instagram is a different ball game. So
Mhm.
she didn't put me on the Tyler and the 10K. She had just like stopped doing it randomly. She may have did like two people, and then I never seen it again, but I still was using the hashtag. And
Mhm.
then one day I think she followed me after, I think maybe Dev maybe
Mm.
reposted me, which was like, oh my gosh. And she followed me, and she reposted some of my work, which was amazing. And
Mhm.
around the time, like a little after I had lost my mom last year,
Mm.
she reposted me again for some work that I put, and I just told her like, thank you so much, like you helped me a lot, like I got so many followers just from you posting my work, which just shows how much power a person has with their influence, especially in the nail community, because it can be very
Right.
hard to grow. So,
Mhm.
with all that being said, as time went on, she reached out to me and asked me to be a brand ambassador. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I prayed for God to, feature me on the Talent of 10K, and He gave me so much more. So I was just so excited about that. So thank God for that.
Mhm. Yeah, congratulations again in terms of being a brand ambassador, and
Yeah,
I
thank
kinda felt
you.
that same way with, like, when I interviewed Evie. Evie, you know, promoted my interview, and I gained, like, 20 subscribers on, like, my YouTube.
Oh wow, that's so awesome. Yeah. It's bigger, influencers, just a simple repost,
Right,
and I'm not saying you gotta repost everybody, just work that you genuinely like, things you genuinely are rocking with,
right.
repost that, show
Mhm.
love, because
Absolutely.
that helps a lot. And it's really hard to grow on social media. Um especially as black content creators, we just
Right.
got to be honest about that. There are
Right.
certain pages that promote nail art and won't post certain art, because my hands are black, or because you know what I'm saying, or because
Right.
of the
Mhm.
type of nail art it is. It's not as mainstream or whatever, so it's harder. So people will say, well, your work isn't getting out there because you're not working hard enough, but that's not true. There are a lot of
Exactly.
artists who are working really hard. I work very hard on my work,
Mhm.
and I know that was,
Absolutely.
something that was said recently in the community, maybe your art isn't getting out there because you're not working hard enough, but you know, a lot of us are working really hard, and
Exactly.
it sometimes it does take that person that has a pure heart that's amazing, like a person like Maddox, like a person like Evie, that will post someone's work and share it with the world. And I'm waiting for Evie to recreate one of my arts, my food nail art.
Yeah, that'd be really, really cool.
I'm waiting for that day because her recreations are so cool. She does such a good job. But
Yeah,
yeah, she's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I could totally agree with that. Now, in regards to, like, nail products, what are, like, some, like, your favorite nail products to use for, like, nail art?
Oh, well, I love my brushes from Ballpit.
Mhm.
The Double Trouble and As If, they're amazing. Like, not even because,
Mhm.
I'm a brand ambassador, but they're really good. Like,
Mhm.
I cannot wait to post the new nails that I'm gonna be posting, because I feel like they look the way they look because of these brushes. Like, and I'm gonna
Mhm.
demonstrate that in the reel that I put up.
Mhm.
Like, the brushes are great. So I love that. I've been obsessed with those brushes. And I use a lot of Nails by Dev. I use a lot of her polishes.
Mhm.
That's what I've been using. I love Valentino.
Mm.
I love those nail those gels. Those gels are amazing. Um, I don't know. I kind of just like dibble and dabble in different stuff. For a long time, I was using a
Right.
lot of nails by Dev. And it's crazy because I don't have. I'm looking at my polishes now. I'm like, I have a pretty big collection of like gel polishes, but I don't have that many. Like compared to a lot of other people, I'm sure they have like maybe 60, 70 bottles of like gels, but
Mm.
I don't have that much. I probably have like 30, 40, something like that. So, yeah, those are the brands I
Mm.
like.
Yeah, that's cool. Have you ever tried like in regards to like what's it like Savolin? It's like a brand in Amazon.
I think in the beginning I probably used that Savvyland. I don't know how to pronounce it. Um
Yeah, they have like potted gels. They have like 3D gel,
yeah,
I
yeah.
believe.
So I probably used that like when I first started.
Mhm.
I don't really order a lot of my nail art stuff off of Amazon anymore. I started investing like a little bit. Like when I first started doing nail art, I was using acrylic paint. Like I have so much
Yeah,
acrylic.
same.
I started with acrylic paint. There was a girl, oh, I don't remember her name. I'll think of it. She used to do tutorials
Mhm.
with acrylic paint, and I was like, great, so I don't have to spend all this money on gels.
You know,
Um,
Robin Moses?
say that again.
Robin Moses?
No, it's not her. I cannot. I think she like lives in Vegas and she may be from Chicago, but I cannot think of her name for the life of
Oh,
me.
okay.
But she if I think of it, maybe I could send it to you later. You can put it on the screen, but I can't. I always like giving people their credit, but
Mhm.
she was doing that, and so I started using the acrylic. But it just long term, it didn't work out for me. I definitely
Mhm.
love gels way more. But if you
Mhm.
use acrylic, I'm pretty sure you could still make a amazing nail art with that. So, but yeah, so gels. And for my 3D stuff, everyone asks me, what do you use? What do you use? I don't want to say, and it's not like a gatekeeping thing. I don't
Mhm.
want to say what exact product I use because I really don't think it's the best. I'm trying to really create like, I don't know, not like a course, but something where I could like show people how to
Mhm.
do the 3D nail art, the sculpted nail art. So I want to
Mhm.
put out the product that's the best. I haven't tried Dev's 3D sculpting gel yet. The one I
Right.
use is like a regular, like generic brand off of Amazon. That's the only thing I get like off of Amazon to this day.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna find one that's really good. But if you type in 3D sculpting gel for nails, you can find them and you can make your decision on which one you want to buy. The one I get
Mhm.
is not the best, but I make it work because it's affordable.
Mhm.
Yes.
I wanna get into in regards to the nail industry. So what are some things you like about the industry, and what are some things you think the industry could be improved on?
Hmm. As far as the nail industry, I like that I like that you can really create your own rules and be as creative and as free as you want to be with your art. I think
Mhm.
that nail art used to be very like, I don't know, kind of straight to the point.
Right.
Not a lot of, unless it, like you were doing like maybe competition stuff, but like on a regular everyday basis now, you see nail artists who have, like licensed nail artists who have been able to tap into an audience that likes their, kind of out there nail art, and they're able to service those clients and be able to give that type of nail art on a regular basis, which I think is amazing. And then you have press
Mhm.
on nail artists that also are able to, get their, put out, super creative work and stuff like that. So I think that's awesome. So
Mhm.
I love that part. What I don't like is about the industry. I don't like that. I don't feel like nails have been taken that seriously.
Right.
Um,
Mhm.
I feel like sometimes when I tell people like, "Oh yeah, I do nails," it's kind of like, I don't know, they may think, I don't know what they think, but I don't think they thinking what I'm doing. So
Right, right, right.
I'm just like, and then also like to the regular person, like sometimes I'm scared to give people my Instagram because I'm like, ooh, they're probably gonna be like, this is crazy. What is this girl doing? So I don't like that nails aren't taken that seriously as it like makeup and hair and things like that. I think it
Right.
will eventually it'll become more
Mhm,
popular and be taken a bit more serious, but
mhm.
that's one thing I don't like. And another thing I really don't like is just I don't know why there is such a issue with giving people credit. I don't know
Right.
why that is. It takes nothing away from you. It's completely fine to give people credit.
Mhm.
Um, and people think you won't realize like if they're taking work from you or if they were inspired
Right.
from you. And I know it may seem irritating, but even if I like say I don't do the exact same nail art as another person. And I just take an ounce of inspiration. Maybe it's the background that I took inspiration from, or maybe it's the layout I took inspiration from. And it may not look remotely like the person's. I'm still gonna give
Mhm.
credit. I'm still gonna say
Right.
this person had influence on the way I did my nail art. And why
Right.
I think that's important, it's just like what we were talking about before. It's so hard for people to grow. It's very like difficult to get your work out there. And
Mhm.
if you have an influence, even if you don't feel like it's that big, just by saying, hey, I was inspired by this person, that could be 10 people that would click that person's page and follow
Right.
them. You know what I'm saying? It may not be 1500, people,
Mhm.
but there's a audience or a certain amount of people that'll find that person's page. And I just think it's courteous. I just think
Right.
it's nice to do when you take inspiration from someone to give them credit. So
Mhm.
some people do it, some people don't. I always try my best to make sure I do it, even if I just find a random image on Pinterest or anything. Like,
Right.
I just try
Mhm.
to say, hey, this isn't, even if I don't know who it is, this ain't my original idea. I found it somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Or insert that picture.
Mhm.
So that's something that I don't like.
Yeah, yeah. I think credibility is very, very important. And also too, to add on to that, I think the whole thing is people have to understand that us as Black nail artists and nail techs, we have to work 3 to 5 times harder to get recognition than anybody else. That is something
Yeah.
that, I feel like, people, not everybody, but there's people that fail to understand that.
Yeah. And there are people that don't really understand that don't get that don't, they have this like pull yourself up by your bootstraps mentality, which I think is horrible. But
Yeah.
that's a different conversation for a different
Yeah, yeah,
day.
yeah. Right, right, right. Yeah.
But
Mhm.
I just think, give people their credit and just know that us black girls, we working hard. Okay, I see a lot of black girls on Instagram that make content, that do stuff, that work really hard, and I'm like, dang, they really need more support. And it's true because every time I post on TikTok, people, the number one comment I get is, why doesn't your work have more, why don't you have more followers,
Yeah.
why
For
isn't
engagement.
your work, why, you know what I'm saying, why don't you have more accolades, why don't you have more,
Mhm.
X, Y, and Z. That's the top comment that I get. It's like people are like, I don't get it, you know what I'm saying, I
Mhm.
don't get why you don't get, more um viewers or more, all of that. So there's some truth to what we're saying. So I hope that people
Mhm.
don't brush it off and just say no, they just need to work harder. Um, you know,
Mhm.
but I don't worry about those people. I just do my thing,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
my art
Right.
is definitely, it's getting there. And I'm very excited for the near future when it comes to my nail art. And it's something that I really do take, there's not a lot of things that I'm very like super like, yeah, I know I did that. Like there's not a lot of things that I'm
Right.
super like that about. But when it
Mhm.
comes to my nail art, oh yeah. I'm that girl.
Mhm.
Okay. And that's not to discredit anybody else, just for me, for myself. I I'm very proud of my work.
Yeah, yeah, and as you should be. And I think also too, like with what's happening now, we live in a time where there's people trying to scam other people, and that's something you got to be aware of too, like scammers and things like that. There's like this Instagram scam that was going around and stuff like that. I don't know if you knew.
No, I don't know about that. What was going on with that?
So like the Instagram, it was like this Instagram message where it's like you have 48 hours to respond to a message, like it was a copyright post or whatever.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, they
there's
would have been
scams.
blocked. I would have been like, "What is this? Get this off my phone." No,
Yeah, yeah,
we're not doing
yeah.
that.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
live in a time now that people are just, trying to out hustle people and scam people and stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Mm-mm,
crazy.
that's not cool. Yeah. Most even when I get those emails, like email us at something something to get. No, I'm not doing it. Like I immediately no, immediately
Right.
blocked. Like please. So yeah, if anybody
Mhm.
did get scammed by that, I'm sorry. Like that's horrible. But yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. Now, if you had a top 5 list of your favorite nail artists, who would they be and why?
Ooh, this is a good question. And I saw it on the list, so I wrote it down because I didn't want to. And there are more than just these artists, but what came to mind when you asked me that, I'm like, okay. So my top nail artist would definitely be Maddox,
Mhm.
Ballpit Addict. Like I
Mhm.
love her. She's awesome. That's just is what it is. Also, Nails by Tab.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
love her nail. Like she is who kind of made me want to push to like just to push my nail art to the next limit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know what it is about her work. When I look at her work, I'm just like, I don't know.
Mhm.
It's good. It's just good. Like
Right.
I don't know what it, and it's not just because she paints really well. It's like what she paints.
Right.
It's just so good. It makes me so happy and it feels good. Also there's a nail artist. Her page is called Put 'em in a Coffin.
Mhm.
I love her work. I love her work a lot. I've taken inspiration from her. I've tagged her on, different posts. Super
Mhm.
dope. I love her work. Also, Ten Goku. I think her name is
Mhm.
Annie.
Yeah, Annie.
Um,
I
yes,
interviewed her.
I love her. I absolutely love her work. Another big inspiration. And there's another page. Her page is called Gels by Kiku. I think that's how you pronounce
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. I heard of her,
I
yeah.
love her work. So and I don't know, I'm very hard on myself when it comes to my nail art. So um
Yeah, same.
I'm very picky with the people that I that I like, but I like a lot of people though. But those people come to mind when I think of like my favorite or like people when I'm just like looking at their page, like trying to get inspiration. So yeah.
Mm. Now, I wanna ask, like, in terms of your nail art, have you ever ran into an artist block? And if so, like, how did you overcome it?
Yeah, I have artist block all the time. I don't know why it happens. I am kind of a perfectionist when it comes to my work, and I feel like that's why it is the way it is.
Right.
It's kind of like I try to find a balance. I try not to be too hard on my work. When I create
Mhm.
something that I really don't like and I end up posting it anyway, that
Mhm.
puts me in a block because it's like, okay, now I need to do something way better.
Mhm.
And also, I just I do a lot of detailed stuff. So
Mhm.
sometimes when I do work that's super detailed, it drains me. And I don't know about other nail artists, but I take forever to do nails. Like it's never like oh, I'm gonna sit for 8 hours and I'll finish this set. It never goes that way. I don't know why it is. I'm super slow. Like I could be doing a
Mhm.
nail set and it'll take me like 2, 3 days to complete it. Just because
Right.
that's just the way I work. I think like I kind of work like an artist. Like I don't rush my work. I try not to
Right.
rush it. I try to every time I do something, I want people's reaction. I want people to be like, "Wow, that's really amazing." That's what I'm saying. Then why do it if it's not gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not going to get that reaction. So I put a lot of work into it. So every time I do super detailed nail art, which is almost every time, I'm
Right.
super drained afterwards. And also I work. So I have a job and I'm trying to do nails full time. So sometimes when I'm just like working and trying to, make ends meet or do whatever, it kind of takes a lot out of me. And I don't want to, do nail art, or,
Mhm.
if I don't have enough days off, I just feel like drained and I just can't. I can't. So
Mhm.
I do have blocks. How I get out of it, usually it's Pinterest. I'll just sit, listen to music, and just scroll on Pinterest, and then I'll see something like,
Mhm.
I gotta paint that. So then that will kind of kick me back into gear. And then like just other nail artists, just seeing them post and all that, I'd be like, dang, I really need to post something. I need to do something.
Mhm.
So that gets me out of
Mhm.
it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You always have to look at inspiration. That's the same thing with me. I have to look at different stuff and things like that, like to
Yeah.
get my juices flowing.
Yeah, I have to get like inspired. And I'm hoping that I can create a balance, because I do eventually want to, hopefully in the very, very, very near future, I want to start selling press on nails, and maybe selling some of the work that I've already done just as like collectibles, which I
Right.
hope that people will like. So I would love
Mhm.
to like do that. So I'm trying to like get out of, feeling like I have to be so extravagant. Like you can still make great work without having to be so detailed. And I know when it comes to
Mhm.
press-ons, people aren't really looking for that all the time. So
Mhm.
doing more simplified like versions of that. So I'm
Right.
trying to like try not to let myself get so burnt out is the word that I'm looking for. I don't want to let myself get
Mhm.
too burnt out from just doing such elaborate, work.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, how would you define beauty?
Oh. How would I define beauty? Uh, I would define beauty as what's authentic,
Mhm.
um, what's authentically you, what is, I don't know. Beauty is anything that creates true inspiration, that's
Mhm.
authentic. That can be a person, that can
Right.
be, nature, that can be, what I'm saying, nature is probably the most authentic thing we can look at, when it's not, too overly manipulated.
Mhm.
So, yeah, that's a
Mhm.
hard question. That's a really hard question. I
Yeah.
don't know how to answer it, but yeah.
Mhm.
Just for example, like myself, I think I'm most beautiful when I wear my natural hair, when
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, when I
Right.
have makeup but not too much, you know what I'm saying, when I'm more, toned down.
Right.
Yeah. So that's how I would define beauty.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, what would you say, the person who motivates you in your life? Like who do you consider as like your role model?
The person that motivates me would have to be my brother. My brother
Mhm.
is a very like, he's always just like super like, you got this, Vonnie. You could do this. Like, you are killing it. Like, your work is amazing. Like, he's always pushing me. And he's
Mhm.
my best friend. Like, he is my best, best, best friend. Like, he's just awesome.
Mhm.
So he definitely like pushes me and super motivates me. And he always is speaking life into me like all the time, which I don't
Mhm.
even think he realizes. Like when I'm like getting down on myself and like, oh, this is not right or that's not right, he's like, look, you're gonna do this, and this dream that you have to do this full time, like it's gonna
Mhm.
happen. You just gotta keep pushing, like keep your head down and just keep putting out the word. Yeah, that last video didn't go viral, but so what? Keep pushing. Which is
Mhm.
another thing that can create a block. Speaking of blocks, like you putting out something that you think is amazing and it doesn't do well, that can
Right,
make
yeah.
you like get very like, oh, maybe my stuff isn't that good. But it
Mhm.
definitely he motivates me a lot. My also my friends, like my closest friends, Yvette and Amaya, they really, really push me and like always are just speaking kind words. And
Mhm.
My best friend, I always do her nails, and she just lets me go crazy and do amazing work on her. So when she goes out into the world and people are like, oh my God, oh my God. So she's able to like give me that feedback, like, oh, everybody loves this, everybody loves that. Or I get to
Mhm.
try out different things, and she's like, well, this didn't work, well, these nails came off, or didn't
Correct.
work. So, and she's always just like, I don't
Mhm.
know any person that would. I take really long to do nails, and we do more elaborate stuff. And the fact that
Right.
she will sit there with me for 9 hours, 8 hours, like that's love. So, those
That's cool.
people motivate me. And my friend Yvette, she's always like super, just like, you got this. And she's always got a good Bible verse for me. And I'm like, yes, girl, we're going to do this. Like, anything through Christ. So, she's super awesome. And my mom was very, very supportive of my nail art, and she
Mhm.
was an inspiration because she was a very creative woman. She was very creative. She was, she was a nurse. She was an
Mm.
RN, but her true passion was being creative and decorating, and she was
Mm.
amazing at decorating. She loved novelty things, which
Wow.
definitely sparked my interest. And I love novelty stuff. Like some people are like, that is so silly, but it's like I love it, and I get that from
Right.
my mom. So she's definitely like super, super inspirational to me. So I feel like I get to kind of live out a bit of that creativity that she didn't get to do. Like she did it in
Mhm.
our home. Like we grew up,
Right.
Christmas and Halloween and all that was like decked out, like just amazing. She was an amazing decorator.
Mhm.
So I feel like if she wasn't, if influencing and content creation was a thing when my mom was coming up, oh, she would have done it 100%. But
Right.
my mom is from an older, generation, and it's like you go to school, you get a good job, and that's what you do. You need something sustainable, and you need something that's going to make you secure. So
Right.
I'm kind of stepping out on a limb, even though I did go to college. I'm stepping out on a limb by saying, you know what, I want to do something creative. I
Mhm.
really want to live in that dream, because I always heard her talking about how she would have been a poet and a decorator and this and that. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do the creative stuff that I want to do. So she's an
Right.
inspiration, and she always, always was like, Vonnie, how are you doing this? Like, she didn't even believe it at first. She thought I was like printing stuff. She was like, what? You painted that? So she was, even, when she was super sick before she passed, she was still like, my friend would come over and get her nails done. She'd be like, Bonnie, this is amazing. What do we have to do to get you out there, to get you doing this full time? So I think about her a lot. I have her picture like right here. When I'm creating work, I have her like right over here by my desk. And I just look at her like, girl, these nails is killing me, but I'm gonna get through it. So I know I
Absolutely.
talk a lot, but yeah, that's my inspiration.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. Last but not least, where can people find you on social media? How can people support you and your work?
You can find me at Nails by G's on Instagram. I also have a YouTube where I'm gonna start posting content again. Nails by G's on YouTube. And Nails by G's on TikTok. Follow me on TikTok. I'm gonna start posting content more on YouTube and TikTok.
Mhm.
Trying to do a lot more stuff there. And I'm going to be dropping that ramen nail tutorial soon enough on YouTube. I was going to do a live, but I'm going to do a YouTube video so that people will have it and they can watch it as many times, because people wanted to know how I created that. So I'm going to do the whole thing, the egg, the nails, the ramen, all that. I'm going to put in the video. So yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. Well, thank you so much, Vonnie, for jumping onto the show. Your work is absolutely phenomenal. I love your work. I love how you pay such intricate attention to detail.
Thank you.
It's really, really cool to see, your artistry growing, things like that. So just keep doing what you're doing. And, I always got the support of you, and I'm always going to support you and things like that. Hopefully that came out right. But
I
I'll always
wouldn't
support.
chat too much. I'm such a talker. When I'm excited, I talk a lot. So sorry if I was very chatty.
No, it's all good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got my support. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. You got my support. So, your work is
Yeah.
absolutely phenomenal. So thank you for this wonderful
Thank you.
conversation. Thank
Thank
you.
you. This was awesome. Thank you so much for asking me. I know we've been trying to do this for a minute. So I'm so glad we were finally able to do it. And this is just awesome. I love your platform. I hope that you continue to grow and continue to get great people on here and just keep, doing your thing. This is so awesome. You're like a little nail journalist. Like, well, not little. You are a big time girl. Your thing is like your platform is going to be so huge. So I'm just super supportive of that. And this was just such a cool avenue that you tapped into. I haven't seen this. So you tapping into this is super awesome. Like I remember back when you asked me, I was like, "Oh yes, I have to do her thing," but it just wasn't like the time wasn't
Yeah,
connecting. And
right.
then you were getting all these people, and I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, she's doing so great." So I got to get on there. But yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. Take care.
All right. Bye bye. Have a good
Bye-bye.
day.
Yeah, you too. Bye-bye. Hello, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to click the bell for notifications. Also, follow me on my social media platforms and visit my website, ASIATHABIRD.com, and be on the lookout for more interviews to come very soon. Take care, stay healthy, and stay beautiful. Bye-bye.